we can't just sell you a house and just put it on your piece of property, right?
Right.
So it has to be beneficial for both sides of the party, the customer, the bank, and us, right? So if we just put a house there, we're in risk with the bank, saying that, hey, you guys didn't connect their home, they can't live in it, they have to live in it for it to be a deal. It's affordable housing, but you don't want to rip people off in the process of cutting corners and stuff like that. Yeah, that stigma, that 1980s trailer that you see in what's that movie, Bud and Sissy, Urban Cowboy, right? It's just it's paper thin walls, and it's just real old and outdated. It's not like that anymore, man. It's gonna be your typical site built home, just on a frame and wheels. That's the only thing that makes a difference.
You guys, this is the most easy and quickly way to actually buy a mobile home in today's industry. I am with Jesse today. He has been in the manufacturing business for 10 years. He right now is the new general manager for Smart Choice Manufacturing Homes just outside of San Antonio. And guys, meet Jesse. How are we doing today?
Good, not too bad.
Not too bad, huh? How you feeling? How you feel like being the new manager and GM?
It's good, man. Bringing a new life into this organization. Just bad business, in the past, and I kind of want to hear when it came in to write a new chapter in this company. So, yeah,
So what motivated you to actually become a GM?
I kind of fell into the role, man. I started in the mobile home business 10 years ago, not knowing anything about these houses, right? I moved from sales to team leader to assistant manager to general manager. I've been a general manager since 2018 at another company I was with, and got an opportunity over here. So, yeah.
And Smart Choice. What makes Smart Choice different? Like, who is Smart Choice? Like,
Smart choice, man. It's in the name. It's a smarter way to buy a house. It's the smart choice, right? We're an exclusive dealership to Jessup, so we can carry all their product, which other locations do not. We also carry Platinum Cottages, which is our higher end tape and texture product. We're an exclusive dealership.
Exclusive.
There's no fluff in the pricing. There's no fluff in the markups for improvements. If we pay we're going to pay what we get, and that's the savings you're going to get. We're not going to charge you 20% or 30% more just so we can make a buck on that. So
For sure.
We're very transparent.
So Smart Choice. I'm very new to the manufactured home industry as well, and Smart Choice has a ring to it, and it's new. I feel like it's still new in the Texas area, correct? Like it's slowly growing a little
Smart
bit.
Choice has been in the business, I want to say 4 or 5 years already.
So you're still fresh.
Yeah, they're kind of fresh. Yeah.
Fresh.
Yeah.
So what is it? So why does Smart Choice work with Jesse Palsy in general?
It's just a militia partner group that we have. There's 4 partners. We've teamed with the Jessup manufacturer to be exclusive, and Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, border states. We're about 36 locations deep.
What about Mexico?
Not Mexico. No, not yet. Not yet.
So what type of homes do you have in this lot?
All the way from tiny homes, single wides, double wides. We have them.
You have them all, right?
Yes, sir.
And I feel like a lot of people in today's world, they still have that old mentality of mobile homes, like,
Yeah, that stigma, that 1980s trailer that you see in what's that movie, Bud and Sissy, Urban Cowboy, right? It's just it's paper thin walls, and it's just real old and outdated. It's not like that anymore, man. It's gonna be your typical site built home, just on a frame and wheels. That's the only thing that makes a difference. We have, the plywood, we have OSB, we have sheetrock, half-inch sheetrock, all the way up to three-quarter inch sheetrock, tape and texture. It's everything that you're gonna get in a site built home.
And I feel like back in the day, mobile homes weren't expected, like federally at one point, but now I feel like they have to be expected.
Yeah, I think it was, man, if I can go back
like
to
1970s or something,
1974, which is when TDHC came in and started all these laws, and HUD, and just you got to make them regulated, man, because it's affordable housing, but you don't want to rip people off in the process of cutting corners and stuff like that.
I got you. And can you tell me some of the process that actually, like, for example, how long does the process typically take to purchase a home and actually get it moved into your property, for example?
It depends. So if a person has a piece of property already, if we have the home here on the lot, it can take anywhere from, you know, 3 to 7 days. I tell my customers I move fast. You know, if you know, give me a time frame on what when you want your house, I'll make it happen.
Is there any restrictions, like for example, you have a piece of land, right? But they say the land's not the biggest, right? Is there any like restrictions on that to put a mobile home into land by
There
any chance?
is, I mean, you have setback lines which are on the side of the side of the property. You don't want to encroach on your neighbor's property, you know, because that can be cost effective. We do our due diligence. We go in there with our team of contractors and make sure, you know, it's turnkey ready. You're not going to be encroaching on anybody's property. You're not going to have any, you know, the city calling you later, hey, you can't have this house here. You know, we do all that for you guys.
So all that process, you help them, you guide them the whole way.
Yes.
Like for example, like the loans, the finding the property, for example.
Yes.
You know, make sure the septic and all the plumbing, everything is
Yeah.
up to code for
It
that
has to be
county.
plug and play, man. Like the thing with these banks is that we can't just sell you a house and just put it on your piece of property, right?
Right.
So it has to be beneficial for both sides of the party, the customer, the bank, and us, right? So if we just put a house there, we're in risk with the bank, you know, saying that, hey, you know, you guys didn't connect their home, they can't live in it, they have to live in it for it to be a deal.
Okay. And you were telling me something before that like there was a bunch of scams going on, trying to like they're acting like y'all, right? For example.
Man, they're imitating. It's not just our group; it's everybody. Just the only thing I can say is watch out for these guys. If it looks too good to be true, then it's not a good deal, right? If you see our houses out there that are slashed in half, cut in half, hey, you know, all it takes is a $1,700 deposit, or they're just looking to take your deposit and run. And you can tell right away.
Quick buck.
Right now, we've been all over their ads and putting scam alerts and stuff like that, kind of, you know, helping people out. The only thing I can tell you is that make sure they're advertising their RBI number, which is a retailer broker installer number that you need to have a legit business. Also, too, if you do want to verify, go to Google or go call our office number and make sure, hey, is so and so that is advertising this home, is he working there? You know, I've had maybe a call or two every week. Hey, is this person working there? No, I've seen their ads. It's a scam. You know, thank God you called, this and that, you know. So it's just, it's not right, you know. And we're trying to make it right. We're trying to educate our customers in watching these things and for people not to get scammed because they work hard for their money, man. They're in their affordable, they want an affordable house, right? They can't afford the side built home or
Right.
they just, you know, we're protecting the consumer.
Gotcha. You always got to keep an eyes and ears on that for sure. For sure. What guarantees does Smart Choice offer to ensure customers to get a legitimate deal? Like, I don't know. Like, for example, is it the customer service that y'all have? Like, making sure, like, for example, everybody has their own, you know, different size shoe, right? For example, I might have low credit, but I have the cash to buy a home. Y'all will find a way to actually find me a good loan and stuff, right?
Man, we carry up to 10 different banks, 10 different lenders. There's like 20 different finance programs you can do. Our group actually does owner financing on the side too. So like if you have the money, if you have the land, hey, but you don't have the scores or something like that, and you can afford it, you know, we can come to terms on a deal for you. But a lot of times we have credit repair. We can take your low score and get it all the way up to what we needed, you know, 580, you know, 600, just to get you that 5-10% deal instead of, you know, 30%, 35%. Yeah, so there's a lot of ways, a lot of ways to get it done.
For sure. And I have one more question, man. But I just gotta be honest. I just want to know: do mobile homes actually have like really walk-in showers and everything, like beautiful kitchens? I've seen the pictures, and I'm like, dude, that's not real. You know, that's legit now, right? For real.
It is legit, man. All these videos and pictures you've been, you know, doing for us and getting this out there. I mean, you have walk-in showers where 10 people can walk in there and take a shower.
It's crazy, no?
Yeah, it is. I mean, the kitchens are just efficient for what you use it for.
But I feel like a lot of these mobile homes, they're slowly becoming like on-site built a little bit. They're trying to keep up with the
trend.
The trend, exactly. But I feel like you see a lot of these on-site homes, they skyrocket on value, right? As everybody says, location, right? But I feel like some of the mobile homes actually stay in the same realm of pricing a little bit, you
We
know?
do, yeah. We can cater the loan where, so let's say if you go FHA or VA, right? Those type of loans are government loans. They're government backed loans, right? So they want the most insurance that they're gonna get their money, and if the person does default, that they can get their money's worth and sell it, resell it, or something like that. So FHA, VA, they actually, when you sell them or get comps to them like comparables, they actually have the same value as a side built home because they have the concrete runners, they have the driveway, they have the skirting, the decking, the engineered septic foundation, all that kind of stuff, man. So we can go that route. You know?
Gotcha. Is there anything else you want to tell the audience or tell people about?
Nothing, man. I've been here since January 22nd, my first day. We're under new management, so I advise everybody to come back and get a different feel for the company, and kind of make it a good customer experience than what you've had in the past.
Sounds good. And guys, this is gonna be the final thing for this episode. We're gonna wrap it up. And for our next episode, we're gonna be talking about our loans options that we can actually offer for y'all and your family. And guys, thank you, Jesse, for your time, man.
Thank you, Luis.